So some infighting at Cardano, yes, with some of the stake pool operators brandishing that Cardano's testnet is catastrophically broken. We're going to dive into exactly what's happened. Cardano's Charles Hodgkinson hit back as well. We're going to cover off this FUD. What does it mean? And what does it mean for the Cardano price? And what am I doing with my position? Hope you guys are having a good Saturday. Don't forget to smash on the like button and subscribe. If you want to buy any crypto, including Cardano, which my bag is fully loaded, you can do so using the links in the description to BYBIT or BitGet, both affiliate links which support the channel. Now, this is the article that came out. Cardano testnet is catastrophically broken. Ecosystem death. Now, this comes down to a person named Adam Dean, who's a prominent Cardano ecosystem developer and one of the stake pool operators. Now, it was this YouTube channel here, Crypto Capital Venture, who's a big Cardano proponent, big person in the Cardano community. I've been watching his videos, and he had these two operators on. He had Adam Dean, and if you watch the video, he had a few different people on here, okay, including Andrew Westberg. And in essence, what they said was that the mainnet is a disaster, right? A mainnet disaster was avoided, and that the testnet is catastrophically broken. Now, you can go into the details. They're saying that Cardano is now running the new client software, Cardano node 1.3.4, 1.34.3 on 2 new testnets without any block history, and you can go read the detail. And in essence, there's a full tweet thread by this guy, Adam Dean, who's outlined exactly what his thoughts are. So you can go see his long tweet thread there. You also then had a rebuttal by Charles Hodgkinson, who is not happy at all with what is going on. Now, let's get to the crux of the matter. First of all, this is complete FUD, right? The concern here is that there was an issue found in the testing procedure, okay, for the testnet, in your testing procedure, and that Cardano is trying to rush the Vasil hard fork. And Charles Hodgkinson is saying, hang on a second, I'm done with taking blame from both sides, right? This is a decentralized network. It's nothing to do with me how quickly it gets voted through or not. That's what the team does. There's a systemized process. There's a channel for doing everything. And you guys aren't following that. So he got really frustrated with the fact that some of his key stake pool operators decide to come onto YouTube with clickbait headlines on these interviews to try to denounce and, slander the name of Cardano, which is, I understand why he would be frustrated. I mean, this was just a normal testnet bug to all intents and purposes. Let's put this into perspective, guys. I mean, because we cover off all different coins on this channel. There was no hack. Let's understand. There was no hack. This was not on the mainnet. No user funds were lost. There was no rollbacks. There was no, there was nothing. There was no pause. This was nothing like what we've seen on Solana or Ethereum or any other. This is just a normal testnet bug which was found, and they delayed their Vasil hard fork. So for people to be coming out and saying, yeah, but it could have been a big catastrophe is showing what a pedestal Cardano is being put on. They're being held to a much higher standard in terms of their ability to launch. And I think this is the double-edged sword with Cardano, right? You guys know I've been investing in Cardano. I love the tech. I love their methodical approach to dealing with their bugs and making sure everything is peer-reviewed and done from an academic perspective. But that comes with a double-edged sword. Because when they do get it wrong, then you're going to get these kinds of people coming out and saying, oh, what is going on? And we know what the Cardano anti-community is like, right? There's a lot of haters against Cardano waiting for a piece of news like this to pounce on. So this was not helpful. And this is why Charles Hodgkinson is particularly annoyed in his video, which you can go watch. Those 2 videos he posted yesterday, right? He's particularly annoyed and he's very frustrated here because this is an infighting, right? These are his own stake pool operators who have daily access to him and the developers to have a conversation, right? He expresses this in the video. They have their own separate channels for you to vent your frustrations, to talk about what you're worried about and vent it. You did not need to come onto a YouTube channel, right? You didn't need to come onto a YouTube channel to try say that Cardano is catastrophically broken and then lead to these kind of articles. Because this is the problem. When you have these kind of articles, people only read headlines. And Charles Hodgkinson is very aware of this. All your hard work which you put in behind the scenes to build a great system, to do the QA, to find the bug, to then delay the hard fork to fix the bug, which is not an issue, to make sure you have a clean launch when Vasil finally comes out, you go and spoil it all because you start putting out comments like this which get headlines like this. Institutions see it, big funds see it, retail investors see it, and it slows down the adoption of Cardano. There's no two ways about it. It does. Articles like this are not helpful, particularly when nothing has gone wrong. I mean, if you've had 12 pieces of downtime like Solana have, then you deserve articles like this. But if IOG over at Cardano have just found a bug in their testnet, guys. I mean, I've worked in software. I've built software companies before. If you find a bug before you launch, I mean, that's normal. That's good. If you didn't find a bug, I'd be worried. Because then I'll be asking, if my developers came back to me before we were about to ship an update to our software and said, we didn't find any bugs, I'm like, did you test enough? There's always something. There's always something wrong. Now, the scale of the severity of it is what people are saying here. Oh, this was a major bug. But it happens. Major bugs happen too. People make mistakes. As long as you catch it before, if you use the analogy of a car, you want to catch the issues with the brakes beforehand. Sometimes there's companies like Honda or Toyota which have to do a recall on a batch. That's what we're trying to avoid. It's okay if you do it in testing, but the fact that these stake pool operators came out, I mean, I can see why Charles Hodgkin was fuming last night. I mean, he even hit back on Twitter at the guy who's the guy who runs this channel here. I don't know his name. This guy, Crypto Capital Venture. This guy, because Charles Hodgkin has been on his channel and given him plenty of access to the community, given him interviews, and then for him to have stake pool operators on who are just bashing the ecosystem, it just didn't make sense. And I'm not sure why he would do that, because this guy seems like a stand-up guy. So it just didn't make sense to have these guys on who are just completely spreading FUD around Cardano for no reason. And it is FUD. I mean, if there was something, you're raising a flag about or saying this is worrying, that's one thing. But just to be trying to say that the testnet is catastrophically broken because of a bug everybody was aware about, you have clear channels to communicate it with the IOG team, and you can fix it and then do your Vassal hard fork launch when you're ready before the end of the year, and it's all good, right? But anyway, pieces of FUD like this is what I live for, right? I love FUD like this. Whenever you see FUD in a project you have high conviction in, that's when you need to get switched on. I always use the example of Tesla because it's a really tangible example. When it was a peak FUD and everybody was saying, oh, look, Tesla cars are killing people because the autopilot switched on, and then you realize there's peak FUD and it's all over the news, I would go and buy some more Tesla shares because I knew it wasn't the technology, right? And then the article, gets an update 3 months later saying, oh, court finds that Tesla was not guilty because the person was sleeping in the back or playing PlayStation at the back whilst Tesla was left on autopilot. It's user error. So when I see peaks FUD like this with the crypto community, I love it because I know nothing fundamentally has changed. The fact that they found a bug in testnet, I take that as a good thing. Right? Now they can delay their hard fork. No one's going to remember it. Once they launch and they get on with it, no one's going to remember this couple of month period. Right? Look at Ethereum. They've been delayed for years. They're not going to have sharding until apparently 2023. Right? So we know, this is from 2017, 2018, they've been talking about it. So delays don't mean anything. It's just about shipping good product, making sure nobody gets hacked, keeping the integrity of your platform, and keeping things moving forward. But one thing we have learned from this is Cardano will be held to a higher standard. These networks which break things and move fast, I've always categorized it as that, right? I've always said that to you guys. We've got layer 1 solutions, which are the ones which move fast and break things. I call Ethereum in that category, and I put Solana in that category, and then some of the upstart layer ones. Then you've got the ones that want to be slow and methodical, a bit more like Algorand, a bit more like Cardano, which are tech heavy, really focused on delivering good experience first time round. And this batch here, the ones who want to be slow and methodical, they're going to be held to a higher standard. If they have any hacks, any small little thing on their mainnet, the people will be out. The anti-Cardano people will be out, flying the flag saying, told you so, it's rubbish, because they're just trying to explain why their platforms, which they support, if they're Ethereum maximalists or if they're Solana maximalists, to explain why they're allowed to have downtime and that. Oh, look, even Cardano, who took years to build, they also have downtime as well. That's why it's important for Cardano to do it right, make sure they don't have any downtime, imagine if this is a bug on a testnet, imagine what happens if they had a bug or a hack on a mainnet. You can extrapolate to see. Look how much drama this has caused. That would be another great buying opportunity for me nonetheless. So there you have it, guys. If we take a quick look at the price action whilst I have you here on Cardano, giving you an update on Cardano, you can see we're sitting at about 46 cents. And that was the other thing. It didn't help that this kind of thing happened on a day yesterday when Bitcoin was absolutely getting slammed, right? Bitcoin was getting slammed, big FUD day. And then to add to that, you had all this going on in the Cardano ecosystem, sending you further down. When I look at this and I zoom out to the weekly, these are huge buying opportunities on Cardano. So for me, it's just a case of making sure I don't overload my bags too much. I just want to make sure I stay at the perfect balance. I get greedy sometimes and I want to overload on projects like this. I do have conviction in Cardano. It's something I want to continue to hold as a part of my portfolio. If I'm wrong, then great. I'm diversified in many other layer 1 plays, but if those layer 1 plays fail, and it is indeed Cardano's slow, methodical approach that proves to be the winner over the next 3-4 years, then that is what I'd have to have a little bit of Cardano in my portfolio to justify or to hedge that perspective if that other side was proven to be right. There you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully that clarifies some of the FUD that's circulating around. It is indeed FUD, and it's important for us to decipher what is real, what is FUD, separate the two, and then make our investment. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. Go watch this video here, and I'll see you in the next one.